Settlement Estimates is a proprietary and copyrighted program written by me, Allan Ginsburg. It answers the two most important questions for sellers and buyers. How much will I net from the sale of my house, and how much will this house really cost me? Settlement estimates are important. Sellers won't be surprised by the HUD-1 at closing, and buyers won't be surprised by the good faith estimate when applying for a loan. The HUD-1 is the settlement document received by sellers and buyers at closing. It's prepared by the title or settlement company and outlines the fees associated with settlement. The HUD-1, while it is supposed to be delivered prior to settlement, is often not seen by the buyer or seller until they arrive at the settlement table. The buyer's lender is required by the Federal Real Estate Procedure Act, RESPA, to provide the buyer a good faith estimate of closing fees within 3 days of applying for a loan. Settlement estimates includes all of the information and more found in the good faith estimate in HUD-1, but is generated on demand when you need it most, when you are planning to sell or purchase. Sellers receive a confidential seller settlement estimate report. The report begins with the offer or sales price. The report identifies mortgage and lien obligations and the accrued interest due at settlement. A water escrow is collected at closing. Prepaid seller fees that will be reimbursed by the buyer are calculated. Settlement fees will be charged by the settlement or title company. Marketing fees and how they are distributed are displayed. These are the seller's share of settlement taxes. They vary by state, county, and municipality. Other fees and expenses include house repairs and home warranties. The report summarizes all of the expenses and arrives at the net cash the seller will receive at closing. How will price improvements for high or low demand affect the seller's net proceeds? Settlement Estimates delivers a confidential buyer settlement report. Like the seller's report, it begins with the sales price. The buyer's loan type and down payment are used to calculate the monthly principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. HOA, condo, or co-op fees are added to analyze monthly cash flow. Lender fees are projected along with tax and insurance escrows. Prepaid seller fees will be reimbursed by the buyer to the seller at closing. These are the buyer's share of the settlement taxes. First-time Maryland buyers don't pay a state tax. Settlement fees charged by the settlement company are itemized, including the title insurance. Other fees and expenses include inspections, optional home warranties, and broker fixed commissions. Buyer expenses are summarized and seller credits attached to estimate the cash required at closing. Changes in the sales price will of course affect the mortgage and cash required at closing. If interest rates change, how will they affect the mortgage? You can have a seller or buyer settlement estimate today. Settlement estimates. What's your bottom line?